Huh? I'm not going home. I'm going to live with Dad and Bianca.
Are you serious?
Of course. You're always so picky and deny everything I do.
I didn't mean that. I'm just trying to teach you some common courtesy.
That's why I'm annoyed with you. I can't spend money as I want. Dad and Grandma give me everything I want. I don't need you. Your own son hates you. This happened because you did not listen to me.
At that point, I did not hear any words from my mother-in-law was saying. My name is Sally. I am a working mom raising 2 children. I work under the same condition as my husband, Mark. Even so, I adore my 2 children so deeply. And with the help of my mother and the daycare, they have grown up so nicely. However, I am beginning to realize now that my mother-in-law, who interfered with my parenting, had a considerable influence on my children. I have 2 sons, Jason and Phil. They are 1 year apart. When they were still young, I used to visit my parents-in-law with them, but I once complained to my mother-in-law about her explicit attitude of loving only my eldest son, Jason. Mother, could you please do not give snack only to Jason?
Why not?
Because it is not only Jason who is here.
Oh, that's fine. The eldest son needs to be raised with extra care.
I don't understand what you're saying.
You idiot. Don't you understand unless I explain it to you? The eldest son is the heir, and the second son will eventually be given to the son-in-law. So, there's no point in spending money on him.
No. What generation is she talking about? It's 2022 now. Such a culture was gone already. Moreover, there was nothing that the eldest son inherits in this family. We are just an ordinary family. I intend to raise both my 2 sons equally. You just don't get it, do you? This argument let her completely hate me. But I didn't care about it. The important thing for me was that my sons grew up politely. Since then, I never take my son to my parents-in-law house. Though my mother-in-law, who lives nearby, was very insistent about coming over to our house, I never let her in. However, a few years passed, and when the eldest son Jason entered the junior high school, he began to have a harsh attitude towards his brother Phil. He had come to talk to Phil in a commanding tone.
Hey, give me your allowance.
Why?
'Cause I'm older. So you do as I say.
No, I'm gonna save up my allowance and buy the video game.
I'm your older brother. You must follow my rules.
As I opened the door to the children's room to put away the laundry, I overheard this conversation. What's happening?
What?
Did you hear what you just said?
I'm the oldest, so I'm free to spend my brother's money too.
That is not right.
Grandma told me so.
Grandma? You met her?
Yeah. Dad took me there once. And I've been going there after school since then.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
Just stop taking money from your brother.
Why?
It's not your money.
Huh?
He seemed not to be convinced to the end. That night, I told my husband about it.
Yeah, I took him.
How come? I told you not to. Your mother is not treating our sons equally.
Is that so? But Mom wanted to see Jason.
Only the eldest son, huh? She doesn't want to see the second son, right? You realize how wrong it sounds, don't you?
It doesn't matter. If she takes care of him, it would make your life easier, wouldn't it?
If you only help me to take care of our children more, it will be just fine.
Exactly. That's why I'm taking Jason to Mom to help you.
I didn't ask you to do that. You do nothing but what's unnecessary.
I'm cooperating in my own way.
What makes you think that's cooperating? You just can't say no to her.
Shut up.
In the end, we remained where we started, and nothing was solved. Since then, Jason had not took money from Phil, but he often got scolded by me because he snatched the game from Phil, which he'd bought with his allowance, or forced Phil to clean the bathtub, which was his duty. As a result of those situations, Jason began to spend all his time at my mother-in-law's. And even my husband had not come back home from there, so as Jason. It was my second son who became my emotional support.
I'm home. Hi, Mom. How's work?
Oh, honey, thanks. How's school? I'm going to make dinner soon. Give me a minute.
Okay. I will get the bath ready.
My family became two of us, me and my second son, Phil. He was very helpful in housework, and we had our peaceful life back together. During dinner, he told me about things at school. It was our happy time together, filled with laughter. Soon after, he entered junior high school. Although I was the only parent who attended to the ceremony, he said, "Thank you for coming, Mom," without any complaints. He had grown up to be such a kind person. Of course, I was concerned about my eldest son, Jason, but no matter how many times I visited them, only my mother-in-law came. Once Jason saw me from the upstairs window, he would say, "Don't ever come back, stupid." Though my heart was going to break off, I just wanted to get him back. A few months after my second son entered junior high school, I was invited to the in-laws. When I arrived there, I rolled up my sleeves. Today, I would definitely convince Jason. Honestly, I didn't care about my husband anymore. If he would keep living here, I wouldn't mind at all. It will be better for me, actually. I opened the door with determination and saw my mother-in-law smiling at me. "Oh, I've been expecting you. Come on in." I was alarmed to see her in a good mood. When I came into the living room, I found an unfamiliar woman sitting in the middle of my husband and Jason.
"Nice to meet you. I'm Bianca."
Yes, nice to meet you too." When I looked at my husband, he was drooling over her. Huh, is that right? I understood everything. Not only my husband, but also my Jason seems to be quite fond of her. "You understand this, right?" "Yes, I do." "Oh, I never knew you were so quick-witted."
You're so funny, Mother.
"You see, Bianca is pregnant with my... so I want to divorce you and marry her."
Oh, really?
"Then you should pay alimony to me." "Of course. I've already transferred $30,000.
That was quick.
That is alimony from me and Bianca.
30,000? Where did the money come from? It's not from our savings, is it? Don't worry, I paid. It's a wedding gift from me. That's our mom. Thank you very much.
What about our shared savings?" "I'll give you that chicken feed."
You said that?
You are unknowing. That's why I don't like about you. My husband had left all the money to me. Probably he didn't know how much we had saved. Our savings was enough to build one house. I would gratefully receive it.
Okay. Be happy?
Well, Jason, you're coming home with me. I called out my son.
Huh? I'm not going home. I'm going to live with Dad and Bianca.
Are you serious?
Of course. You're always so picky and deny everything I do.
I didn't mean that. I'm just trying to teach you some common courtesy.
That's why I'm annoyed with you. I can't spend money as I want. Dad and Grandma give me everything I want. I don't need you.
Your own son hates you. This happened because you did not listen to me. At that point, I did not hear any words from my mother-in-law was saying. I was shocked that my son told me he didn't need me. Because I was busy working, there might be times I couldn't be there for him. If I had quit the job and only focused on my children, he would still need me. My heart filled with so much regret. My son Jason, who is right in front of me, chose to live with his father and the girl. I had no choice but to accept it. All right then. Seems like I should just keep Phil, but not you.
Yes, you should. He annoys me a lot, just like you. And he doesn't listen to me at all.
Jason, stop speaking badly of your little brother.
Then he loudly sighed. There you go again. That's what I don't like about you. Hey, do you want me to go back home with you? I can do that. But I don't know what I would do to him.
I felt a chill down on my spine when he said such a thing without a care. I would take him in, if I could, but it might put my other son in danger. I absolutely have to avoid that. I made up my mind. Well, okay, I won't take you home.
That's good.
I didn't have a reason to stay there any longer. Just as I was ready to leave, Bianca suddenly opened her mouth. Excuse me? I don't like the idea of having a stepson as a newlywed.
What?
Well, because we are going to have a baby, I want to live with all three of us. No?
Yes. That's great. Okay, let's do that. Just the three of us. Huh? What about me? You just stay here with Grandma. How come?
Because Bianca doesn't want to.
That's not fair. It's fine. I'm happy to live with you. I'm not.
What?
I'm not happy. You're just getting old. It was fine because I had my father and Bianca. But I don't want to live with you.
All of them only think of themselves, no matter what. My mother-in-law was thinking of keeping my husband around as her caregiver, but she lost the chance. Still, she probably thought that my eldest son would eventually take care of her. My husband was at the mercy of his young lover, and my eldest son, Jason, thought only of himself too.
That is terrible, Jean.
This argument has nothing to do with... I quickly head to the door.
Mom!
Jason was rushing out after me, but I didn't turn around.
Mom, wait!
I haven't heard you call me that in years. I answered with my eyes kept on the...
I'm coming home with you. You would be happy if I did, right?
No, Jason. No. You made your decision. I left my parents-in-law's house without... I could not see my son's face. If I look back, I would have accepted him. And then my other son would be sacrificed. I wanted to protect Phil at least. That was my honest feeling. Then we divorced. and Jason was left at my parents-in-law's house. He tried to reach out for me many times, and I had refused to answer him. He even came to the house which we used to live together, but we weren't there by the time he came by. My younger son Phil and I had already moved out soon after the divorce, and now we live in another town. Jason had a rough time and had been violent towards his grandmother, though she came to me and asked for help. It was her who raised him. She should suffer the consequence. And my ex-husband had got married to Bianca, but she did nothing to take care of the housework, using her pregnancy as an excuse. And after the child was born, she neglected the child care and housework. And my ex-husband is taking care of everything. Mother-in-law and my ex-husband are indeed a mother, and they both asked for my help after all that. I have no reason to help them because they are strangers to me. 2 years have passed since then, and my oldest son, Jason, now a freshman in high school, contacts me several times a month. In the beginning, he was rough and out of control, but recently he has become calmer and has been apologizing for his past. He also seems to be concerned about his younger brother. He says that he misses Phil. When I told Phil about it, he said he also wanted to see his brother too. So, I'm gonna plan to bring two together soon. And if I make sure that Jason truly cares about Phil, I will take him in as well. Because I can't count on my ex-husband, I will take care of my sons if they want to go to university. I have decided to fulfill my minimum obligations as a parent. Both the mother-in-law and the husband had it coming, but the eldest son seems to have been a victim of self-centered adults. I hope one day he will change his mind and live happily with his mother and his younger brother. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you like. See you in the next video.
Mary, what on earth is this all about? The loudest voice echoes through the house today. My name is Mary. I'm a housewife living with my in-laws. I quit my job when my husband and I got married. I have to take care of my grandmother-in-law, so I have to live with my parents-in-law. The voice at the beginning is Judy's, my mother-in-law. I knew Gabby, my grandmother-in-law, before we got married, and we were good friends. But for some reason, Judy didn't like me. Soon after we moved in together, she started picking on me. Complaining about what I do is the mildest out of all the things she does. Hey Mary, I saw that you've been in touch with a guy on your smartphone. I hope you're not having an affair with him. Judy, did you look in someone's phone again without permission? Please don't do that. This guy is a mutual friend of Michael's. We were just chatting to arrange an outing with the three of us. Yes, she looks in people's cell phones without their permission, and she suspects me having an affair. I must have an affair because I've been in touch with a guy. What kind of thinking is that? There were times where she didn't prepare my dinner. And when that happened, when everyone was asleep, I'd sneak out and eat. I would have talked to my husband about it, but Judy was cunning. She never did anything when my husband or father-in-law were around. I didn't want to worry my husband and make things awkward. Gabby was always there to help me out. Mary, are you okay? You can talk to me about anything. You're always taking care of me. I can't do anything for you, so I'll at least listen to what you have to say. She texted me like that. Gabby is a very energetic person who doesn't look like she's in her 80s. She was knowledgeable about computers and the internet and was well informed about trends. After my grandfather-in-law passed away, she first declined to move in with her son's family and said, I'm finally able to live alone. I'm okay on my own. That's what she said strongly. When she was young, she would ride anywhere as long as she had a motorcycle. She hated injustices, and she would bite back even if she was against a guy or someone who was a big shot. She was known to be one heck of a woman by those around her. She never bullied her daughter-in-law. And because of her personality, Judy was very careful about Gabby. Gabby was very fond of me, and when I was introduced to Michael's family, she has been a good friend to me ever since. Apparently, Judy didn't like that either. One day, we invited all the relatives to my father-in-law's 60th birthday party. I was going to meet my relatives for the first time since the wedding. Judy said, "Please don't embarrass me." "I understand. I will be quiet," I replied sarcastically. I thought that Judy would not do anything in front of my relatives. But that was a big mistake. I had no idea that she would do something like that to me. That night, I received this message from Gabby. "Tom loves cake. Before he went to elementary school, I made him cake once. He was overjoyed and it was really cute." Tom is my father-in-law. He has a thing for cake. Whenever we're out in the car with the family and we see a cake shop,
"I wonder if we can stop by for a while."
he would change course without even waiting for our response. "Mary, why don't you try your hand at baking a cake?" "I'd love to. I'll make a cake for Tom's birthday celebration." Thus, I ended up making a cake as a surprise. I didn't know what Judy would say if she saw me baking a cake. I worked on it secretly when she was not around. Gabby and I were looking forward to the party. Judy saw how excited I was.
"What are you smiling about? Hurry up and clean the room."
A snide remark from her as always. That's weird. I had already finished cleaning. And when I looked at the room, I saw that she had been scattering garbage since I cleaned it. Oh dear. But I was so excited that I didn't care about that and started to clean again. The day of the party, relatives came one after another. Tom was dressed more fashionably than usual.
"Thank you for coming all your way for me."
He was shyly talking with his relatives. Michael was smiling at the scene. He said,
"I don't think I've seen him that happy in a long time."
Tom looked so happy. As for Judy, she glares at me when no one else is looking. I don't know why she's so fixated on me. I'm sure she's looking at the contents of my phone again, being suspicious. I hope she doesn't completely misunderstands anything. That's what I thought. The dinner progresses. At last, it was time to serve the homemade cake. "Here's the cake to celebrate your 60th birthday, Tom!" All the relatives applauded.
"Mary, did you go to all the trouble of making this cake? Thank you for the beautiful cake."
That's what Tom said to me. "No, this is..." Just as I was about to say that, Judy intervened.
"Oh my God! Don't put out dog food. It's so embarrassing. Take this!"
She shouted and threw the cake away. A hush fell over the place. Everyone there was stunned by her behavior. Who would have thought that she would throw away the cake? Gabby looked so sad.
"This cake is a failure. She made it with a woman I don't even know. I just tasted it and it tasted weird. You'll get a stomachache if you eat something like this."
My anger reached its peak. "Judy, what are you doing?" This is a homemade cake Gabby made for your husband.
What?
Judy's face turned pale. The cake I made is the tiramisu over here. I was supposed to bake this cake, but I just couldn't get it right. So Gabby made it for me on short notice.
Huh? You're lying. What do you mean?
It means that I made that cake you threw away.
But this is from a friend of Mary's. She made it with some freakish lady whose name is Charming Kitty or something like that.
That Charming Kitty is me. Judy turned blue and completely froze. Not only Judy, but also Tom, Michael, and the relatives. They were so stunned. Actually, Gabby is a fan of cartoons in anime as well, and she loves cute characters, and she set her name on the message app as Charming Kitty. The icon is also a cute cat character. The language she uses when messaging is very modern. She also uses a lot of emojis, so Judy must have thought of her as my female friend. I knew I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by. I mean, you looked at the contents of my phone again, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Ignoring Judy's attempts to make excuses, I continued. You're doing silly things to Mary, who came to marry into our family? Gabby said quietly. Judy shuddered. For the first time in my life, I saw someone who was truly fearful.
No.
What do you mean by no? No one could stop Gabby from doing this. Michael and Tom know nothing about it, so they look shocked. Since Gabby's icon and name on the message app are very girly, Judy must have misunderstood that I was going to make a cake with my female friends. So you threw it away. But Gabby went to all the trouble of making a precious cake for Tom. What have you done?
No, I'm sorry about that, Gabriella.
Judy started crying and apologizing to Gabby. I told you, didn't I? I don't want people who do foolish things like bullying in my family. I don't need that. Apologize to Mary before you apologize to me. If I was not the one who made this cake, you would not have cared even if you threw it away, right? That's what Gabby said, and Judy was gnashing her teeth. Judy looks at Tom.
Mom is right. You should apologize.
Tom is angry too. Michael, who didn't know anything about it, bowed his head, apologizing for not noticing the bullying.
We'll talk about the rest as a family. I'm sorry for making such a fuss when you're all here. Thank you for coming today.
With these words from Tom, the party was over. The relatives were leaving in droves. On their way home, they were talking like, I can't believe in this day and age there are still people bullying their daughter-in-laws. I feel sorry for the daughter-in-law who has come to live with them, and left the house. After that, Judy was scolded by all the relatives. I guess she didn't think it would be this big of a deal. After everyone left, we had a discussion. First of all, I apologized. Tom, I'm sorry for making you party like this. I'm sorry it turned out this way.
Mary, you have nothing to apologize for. It's my wife's fault for doing this. Mom, I'm sorry about what happened to the cake you made.
This is a problem between you two. And since I'm the one who selfishly said that I can take care of myself, I tried not to intervene. But after what happened today... Gabby seemed to have a lot more to say since she couldn't say much before. She's still very angry. Judy couldn't say anything back. She just looked down.
I'm sorry I didn't notice anything, and I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
I saw how sorry Michael was, and I forgave him.
You were going through a tough time.
I told my low-spirited husband. I myself was fighting back against Judy's snide remarks. It wasn't that damaging, so let's just leave it at that.
Thank you.
Your grandmother has been very supportive, so I'm fine. But from now on, if you also have any problems, tell me, okay? I said, smiling. He said, of course. I glanced at Gabby. She winked and grinned at me. As we were talking, I heard that Tom scolded Judy severely. Tom apologized afterwards. Judy was reluctant to do so, but Tom insisted that she apologize to me and said,
Mary, I'm sorry for harassing you until now. From now on, I won't let you do the housework all on your own. I'll do some myself. Please forgive me.
Now that she said that, I can't forgive you right away.
Oh no, but I apologized.
From now on, including housework, if you cooperate with me in various ways, I'll consider your apology positively.
I understand.
Thus, the battle between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law in my family ended with my complete victory. After that, Judy changed like a different person. She used to be a lazy person, but now she does the housework quickly and efficiently. She also started helping me take care of Gabby. Of course, my meal was always prepared too. I heard that she went to apologize to the relatives who attended the party. Gabby, Judy has changed, hasn't she? She started helping me in various ways. One day, I spoke to Judy. Judy, you've been helping me with housework and stuff. Thank you.
What are you talking about? Of course. I'm really sorry for everything I've done to you.
Again, I received an apology from Judy. No. We'll do things together from now on. I'm looking forward to working with you. I said, and she nodded with tears in her eyes, and we laughed together. Later, Judy apologized again to Gabby for the cake she threw away. She even asked her to make the cake again so that she could help out as well.
Gabriella, could you please make a cake again for Tom? I know I ruined the party like that. I want to celebrate properly again.
I see you've changed your mind. Let's make it together with Mary, this time with the three of us. I was glad to hear that and joined in. The cake we made together went very well, and Tom was very happy too. I'm so glad we were able to celebrate once again. For the first time in a long time, we were able to have a drink and enjoy conversation together as a family. There have been a lot of troublesome things since we started living together, but with the help of Gabby and Judy's change of heart, we are now able to live happily together. From now on, if something happens, I won't keep it to myself. I will talk to my husband about it. I feel like my bond with Michael has deepened because of this experience. Even if we have a new family member, I feel like we can do this with peace of mind.